Welcome back. Now we have done the dimensions for our buildings. Our building is now ready. Our drawing is now ready to be shared and to be distributed amongst people. So what we do now is to place the views, each views that we have on layouts. And layouts are the places where we would print out. They are places where we'll put our drawings, print them out, and share with people. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is let's view the layout, and this is the layout book here. The layout book has lots of pre-defined views for us that ArchiCAD has for us. Um, but we'll modify this to suit what we want. The first thing we'll do is, this is just to show you that you can do this. You can actually rearrange the order of the drawings so that they fall in line with the way you want the drawings to be seen. For instance, I can move the roof plan, move it up to sit after the ground floor. So automatically the roof plan changes from A A1008 to A103. Now, so that can happen. Let's double click on A101 site plan. This is the layout for the site plan that it has. If you look down the properties down here, you will notice that it has A1 landscape layout as it. That's quite big. Now we can change this. Let's change this to A3. A3 is smaller. When you change this to A3, you can see the paper reduces to a smaller paper. Let's do the same for ground floor. Double click on ground floor. Changes from A1 to A3. That is it. Good. So now we can just start placing the drawings on the layouts that we have prepared. Let's first start with site plan. Double click on site plan to open it. Delete the drawings that you find there already. So select and hit delete. So we have a clean space or a clean paper to put our drawings on. Now with this opened, go back to project map, which is this one that has the building icon. Open it. Double click on ground floor to go back to where we were before. Now, for our floor plan, we don't want everything here to show. We don't want the dimensions to show right now. So what we can do here is, because this is the site plan, we just want the site to show, is we're going to hide some of the layers. And this is the reason why we need to put things in particular layers that we can remember. So go to document, layers, layer model view, and hide the following. We're going to hide the design furniture, hide design zone. That's just click on the eye icon next to it. We'll also hide dimensioning. We'll hide document elevations. We'll also hide document sections. We'll hide shell roof. Finally, we'll hide site and landscaping terrain. So those are the ones we want to hide. Click OK. Now you can see they've all disappeared. Now we have just a clear building with the columns. Now that we have it all, click on Fill Tool on the documents to activate it. And now we want to fill this place up because the main thing we want to see is the site and how the site is. And so we just want the client to just know this is the area that is being occupied by buildings. The detailed building design is not necessary because it's just a site plan. So in order to do a good fill, I will use the guidelines to help me do that. Place the guidelines at each side of the design of the drawing. Good. Now we're going to draw a fill to cover up the entire building. Make sure you have the triangular geometry method selected and draw across. And this is how it looks. Now let's change the field to something else that we would want it to be. So hit escape to deactivate field. Select the field you have just selected, you have just drawn, open the settings. Let's change the field category to, let's change the field pattern to double 1:4. Yeah, because that looks better. The 4 pen, let the 4 pen be 1. Here is 18. We want it to be as thick as possible. And then just click OK. You can see it changes, and this is how the site will look like. Looks good. Now we can, as usual, dispose of our guidelines that has helped us draw. I think what I enjoy most about this guideline is the fact that I have to dispose them. It's quite interesting, picking them up and putting back on on in the bin. Okay, so now we've done that. The next thing we need to do is to place this on the layout. So right click and then do save view and place on layout. Now one thing you need to know is you need to make sure that you zoom in to a sizable view that looks good, and then you do the save view and place on layout. It takes you back to the site plan layout which we had opened. Then click in the middle. I prefer clicking on the hotspot because that's exactly where is the center of the paper. Click, and then it brings up the drawing that we have created. Now, if you zoom in, you can see that it's quite large. It's quite huge. So we're going to modify this so that it will look as good as it will look good and it will fit the drawing. So select the drawing and open the settings up here. So click to open the settings. Now we're going to modify its drawing name. Let's put it custom so we can change it, and we'll call this site plan. Now right here, the scale is a 1 in 50, and that's why it's so large. We want to change it and make it smaller, so we choose 1 in 100. Done. Click OK. And you can see it resizes the drawing to fit into the space. You can also move this drawing if to place it well where you want it to be. So I'll do Control D and then move the drawing to where I want it to be. This looks good. And that it is, we've placed the site plan on the layout book for site plan. Awesome.